Welcome to today's video. My name is Chibuzor Happiness Obi. I'll be discussing crafting a stellar CV and a motivation letter. Whether you're a seasoned professional or you're just starting out in your career journey, these documents are tickets to landing your dream job. But before we dive down into the nitty-gritty details, I want to introduce you to this job platform, the DIaDeRC job portal. It's specifically tailored for opportunities in any sector you desire. As a job seeker or an employer, you'll want to check it out. Now let's get down to crafting a stellar CV. Crafting a stellar CV is essential to land a dream job or a job in this competitive job landscape today. Okay, here are some key points you want to take note of. First, you want to tailor your CV to the job description of any role you're applying for. Highlight your relevant experience, your relevant skills that match the job description of the role you're applying for. The next thing you want to take note of is demonstrating your achievements while keeping it concise. It's very important to keep your CV concise. You don't want to go off rambling, writing lengthy paragraphs. Keep it concise and use words like action words that state what you've done. Don't use first person pronoun like I. Use manage. For instance, action words, maybe you manage people. Just start from manage this. Don't say I did this. Rather, just start with the action word that describe what you did in your role. Okay. For instance, if I want to say something like I was in charge of a team of 5 people to complete a project, I want to say something like manage 5 people to complete a construction project that resulted in meeting deliverables and streamlining business processes. And something else I want to point out while keeping it concise is using the STAR approach when you're writing your CV. The STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. What was the situation? What happened? What was the task? What did you complete? And what's the action? And what's the result? So let's go back to the example I used earlier, where you manage 5 people to complete a project, okay? The situation is we had a project to be done. That was the situation, right? And then the task, you need to manage these people to complete this project, right? The action, what did you do? You managed. That was the action item, the action word you used. And the result, it resulted in the team meeting their deliverables and the business process is streamlined. Everyone is heading towards the goal of the business. Do you understand? Now, the next thing you want to take note of while crafting the compelling CV is quantify your metrics. Quantify your achievements, your experiences. Okay? Use numbers and metrics to quantify what you've done. Don't just tell me I did this thing or managed, contributed to a project, applied my skills here. Use numbers. Quantify. Tell me in terms of numbers. How? The last example I gave, managed 5 people. I mentioned the number of people I did. And if at the end of the day, when you achieve that goal, it resulted in something like maybe streamlining business processes by helping you meet your goals by 10%, you want to point that out in your CV. Okay, that's highly important. Another thing to take note of is include keywords. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Many employers today use applicant tracking system, ATS, to screen out CVs. You know, and this is very important when you're submitting applications to high-profile companies where one single vacancy gathers about 500 or 1,000 CVs. You know, you want to stand out and get the recruiter to call you for an interview. What you do, you go to the job description and pick out keywords in those JD and employ them in your CV. If, for instance, the job description says we need trade makers, innovators in this company, you want to go to your CV in your career summary to include something like innovative change maker who has had this sort of experience over the years. That sort of thing. So when they are passing your CV, that word stands out and the system takes note of your CV. You don't get screened out. Another thing you want to take note of is keywords. While including keywords, you also want to proofread. I mean, you do not want a well-structured CV to be ruined by just one simple typo. That's going to be so bad. So what you do, I would advise you to, after writing your CV, you want to keep it up for some time, go write it again to see the mistakes that your eyes didn't catch the other time, or you want to give it to your colleagues to help you with it, or you also want to hire the services of an expert business writer to help you with your CV. Now we're tackling writing a compelling CV. We are going to go down to tackling your motivation letter. You cannot submit a CV without a motivation letter. A motivation letter is also called a cover letter, and they are used synonymously. So you're going to ask, what is a cover letter and what is a motivation letter? Now, your motivation letter is the unique opportunity to showcase your personality, your passion, and to tell the recruiter why you're the perfect fit for the role. Now, there are some tips you want to keep in mind to write a stellar motivation letter. The first thing is start strong. You want to start your motivation letter with a great, compelling opening paragraph that compels the reader or the recruiter to want to read your letter. And don't forget, while you're starting strong, don't start generic, what everybody uses. Something like, I'm applying for the role of this. That's too basic, too generic, what everybody does. We want you to be compelling and original. So one I always tell people to do if you are at a loss for how to start is to ask yourself, what is my motivation for applying for this role? If, for instance, I want to apply for the role of a research analyst at DIaDeRC, okay, I want to go down to DIaDeRC's website to find out what is DIaDeRC's vision and mission. DIaDeRC's vision is to transform lives through knowledge. Okay, so I want to tie my purpose for applying to that role to DIaDeRC's vision. That could be an example. Let's do this. We could say, I am interested in the role of a research analyst at DIaDeRC because I'm passionate about transforming lives through knowledge by sharing my findings from my research to help the wider world, the society, and for the common good of man, which is central to DIaDeRC's vision. For this reason, you can continue your statement like that. Now, the next thing you want to take note of is demonstrate your skills and experience. Take note, this point does not mean reiterating your CV. Many people make that mistake of repeating their CV in their cover letter. We have seen your CV. Now, your motivation or your cover letter is the opportunity to tell us something different. So what I always do, the hack here is show and don't tell. Don't tell me that you are a change maker. Don't tell me that you're brilliant. Don't tell me that you are the perfect hire for the role. Show me. Okay? Now, the first way to do this is go to the job description of the role you're going to apply for. Or maybe some jobs don't have job description. Okay? They just tell you, send me your cover letter. First of all, ask them, what kind of role do you want me to do? Or do you want me to fill? So you have to ask yourself, what is the ideal person for this kind of role? Now, you now begin to express your skills and experience to tailor or match the skills required for that role. Let's make it easy for you. Now, look at that research analyst role. If I have worked as a research analyst at a firm, like maybe a research firm previously, and I want to showcase that in my cover letter, I would not say, and maybe I want to apply for a company that requires brilliant and highly quantitatively thinking research analyst. I will not say I am a quantitative or analytical research analyst. I would say something like, in my previous role as a research analyst at XSS company, I employed tools like Stata, R, or analytical techniques to help me complete this project. And this helped me achieve these goals, or these goals, and these goals. And also it helped me hone my analytical skills. And I'm ready to bring that to this role in this company when you hire me. Do you see that? By that, just with that few lines, you've told them that you are analytical and you have experience with managing quantitative data or doing quantitative work without saying, I can do this. Now, the next thing you want to take note of is demonstrate your passion. Okay? By this, I'm just simply telling you, show me how your interest in this company aligns to the company's vision and goals. If the company's vision is to be the best and you play mediocre, you're not aligning. Maybe the company's vision is to transform lives by finding what works to improve the lives of people living in poverty. And you are interested more in how you can how we can make the best profit from every research, investment, or project we do. There's a clash of, there's a conflict of goals there. So you want to tailor your passion to that, to the company's goal. And don't forget that while you're doing all of these things, you're going to keep your letter concise. 300 to 400 words is enough to convey your story. Now, the next thing you want to take note of is be authentic. What do I mean by be authentic? Don't use banal, cliche words like generic words like I can work under pressure. I'm an innovator. I'm someone you want to be with. No, just be original. Write in your voice. I tell people to write in their voice. Okay, write how you want to be read. Follow a concise structure: introduction, body, conclusion. Write the concise, your original voice. Okay, we all have our original voice. And now the last thing you want to take note of is customize your letter. Please don't make that mistake of using one letter for every role you apply to. That's something most people do, and I do not want you to do that. Okay, even if you're applying for the same role, maybe research analyst across 10 companies, still tweak your motivation letter across those companies. Don't with the same cover letter or motivation letter saying, well, it's the same role, it's basically the same thing. No, every company has their mission and vision. Every company has what's important to them than the other, okay? So you want to focus on that and highlight that fact, So don't forget that your CV and your motivation letter are your personal marketing tools. And I hope this video will be useful in your job search and in your career journey. And do not forget to check out DIaDeRC Job Portal, where you get the opportunity to check out exciting career opportunities for your next phase of your career. Thank you again for watching this video, and I hope it was useful in your career journey. Thank you.